Hold on. You won't answer the question about whether or not that's a shakedown, and everybody knows why you won't answer it.
So the president is under investigation.
I'm not going to confirm or speak to who is or isn't under investigation for what. I'm simply going to tell you.
So he's not under investigation?
I didn't say that either. There are specific rules about where to store classified information, and that those need to be stored in a SCIF.
A box in a
Mr.
garage,
Chairman,
beach house in Delaware, in the Biden Center. I don't think those are SCIFs.
But your agents in the field office attempted to spy on Catholic churches and their congregations and frame them as extremists. Why don't we get the information when we ask for it, when we subpoena for it?
As I said, we're going to give you a briefing on the internal review, and then we can discuss additional information that may.
Because you're going to try to shape it differently and make it out that it was kind of okay.
You just saw Congressman Jeff Van Drew's exchange with FBI Director Christopher Wray, and he joins us now. Congressman, the goal of these hearings is to get clarity and answers to some questions. Do you think that this hearing was productive?
I do think it was productive. I will say this. Either this is a director who has all kinds of activity, bad activity, swirling around him, and he's not cognizant of it, and he's up on high and doesn't know what's going on in field offices, or this is a director that wasn't truthful and open and honest with us. He's very smooth. He was very good. But what was important about this hearing, at the very least, we outlined all of the issues and put them all together and went in depth of what's going on in the FBI. We're not done with this. We're going to keep digging and pushing and finding out the truth. It's very, very serious.
Yeah, because I don't know if the American people were necessarily satisfied with the answers they received from Christopher Wray at that hearing. There was also the quote-unquote performance by the Democrats that we need to talk about. Let's watch.
You are being attacked and vilified by some of the members of this committee and others outside this committee because the Justice Department and the FBI has had the audacity to investigate serious allegations of criminal conduct by a former president.
We don't have a two-tiered system of justice. We have one Department of Justice that goes after criminals regardless of party ideology.
We're only about an hour and a half in. The use of the word laptop about 20 times. That is bananas to me.
I can think of a word to describe that Democrat display, especially among those usual suspects. Embarrassing. What was your reaction sitting there listening to, quite frankly, the ignorance of why Christopher Wray was there in the first place?
They did understand, but they didn't want to deal with it because they know it's real bad and that it's part and parcel of what's going on with this administration, and they're all tied up together. So what they did is two things. Try to focus on Trump. President Trump was only one part of an entire picture here, what happened to him. If we talked about 12 different issues, only one of them was President Trump's issues, which also are terrible what they did to him. As far as I'm concerned, somebody like Adam Schiff ought to sit back, be quiet, and think why he was one of the very few people in the history of the United States of America ever to be censured, and just close his mouth for a little while and listen. That was disturbing to hear him coming on from on high and telling us what we should do or how we should do it. That was a show on their part. They didn't know what to do, so that's what they did. I mean, we revealed how this agency has gone after, this is important, freedom of religion and freedom of speech are two of the most important tenets of our free society and our Constitution. They literally were going to embed, until they got caught, agents, undercover agents in traditional Roman Catholic churches and try to get Catholics to snitch on each other. I don't know about what, how many rosaries they were doing, I'm not sure, but how awful is that? How awful is that? What they did to parents that were going to school board meetings who love their children and were fighting for them. How awful is that? Right. And then to me, the most atrocious of all, the misuse of FISA. For those that are watching out there, your viewers, FISA is a way of people who are in enforcement, particularly the FBI, to actually dig into your personal lives at every level. to get any information they want. They misused it hundreds of thousands of times.
Yeah, and Congressman, the FBI director did say that he immediately stopped that probe into Catholic churches when he found out about it. But the question is, why was it a program to begin with? Director Wray also confirmed that the FBI is assisting the Secret Service in their investigation into the cocaine found at the White House. And today, the Secret Service is going to be holding a briefing on where their investigation stands. Do you think that we're going to learn anything new today?
I don't think we're going to learn a lot. I think this is a travesty. I mean, this is not complicated. A bag of cocaine was found outside the Situation Room. We first heard that it was found in numerous other locations, which was a lie. Now, how would you even come about saying it was other locations? This isn't Grandma losing her reading glasses in the house. I mean, this is crazy. They should have immediately said where it was found, immediately reviewed any videotapes they have. It is one of the most secure buildings in the world. They should have immediately given us more information. This thing should be wrapped up by now. You know why it's not? And I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure I'm going to believe whatever they're going to say. I never was this way. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I'm telling you, we're not getting accurate information. And real quickly, on the Catholic churches, yeah, they suspended it when it became public what they were going to do. But they still haven't given us the subpoenaed information. We subpoenaed them. We wanted information on exactly what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. They can turn it over to us now. They won't.
Congressman Jeff Van Drew, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, listen to this. Self-driving semi-trucks are set to hit Texas highways.